Everybody, welcome to our Summerset monthly big quiz. I'll just bring up the quiz and then we'll get going. Won't be a moment, sorry. All right, so for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Anna Childs. I'm the events coordinator for Summerset Retirement Villages. And we are joined by our lovely Pinky Agnew, who is the co-host of our Summerset World Series. She is our quiz master today. Thanks, Pinky,
Kia
for joining
ora.
us.
Kia ora, Anna. Kia ora koutou. Hi, everybody. Thank you for inviting me along to be your guest host.
So as you all know, or maybe we might have some new teams joining, so I'll just quickly explain. So this is a webinar, so we can't see and hear you guys in the villages or at home playing, but you guys should be able to see us and the presentation up on your screens. So it's a self-marking quiz, so if you guys just have a bit of paper and a pen handy, you can just mark your answers as we go through them. And there's 4 different categories and 10 questions in each of the categories. So today we have horses of courses. Sounds like a fun one. We have crime and punishment. We've got music and a potluck round. So should we crack into it, Pinky?
Yeah, let's crack into it. Let's get started with horses for courses. Wow, this is a pretty snazzy looking slide here. He'll be going for best dressed Somerset male.
I think he will. He's getting ready for Melbourne Cup.
Exactly, looking smart. Jodhphurs, question 1. Jodhphurs, this is a picture of me, obviously, get their name from a city in which 5-lettered country? Jodhphurs get their name from a city in which 5-lettered country? I can hear them all scribbling away.
Yeah.
Anna, putting down their correct answers.
I think so. Probably enough time for that one. If at any point we're just going too slow or too fast through them, just type in the chat function at the bottom of your screen and we can speed it up or slow it down. So just let us know so that we're tracking at a pace that works for you all.
Yes, I've got both those functions, so that's great. Now, what is the offspring of a male donkey and a female horse? This is question 2. What is the offspring of a male donkey and a female horse? Whichever they are, hopefully they go fast if I'm backing them on the Melbourne Cup.
Absolutely. Look how cute that little one is.
It is very cute. It is very cute. So the answer is not cutie pie. Question 3. Coming from last place, what Kiwi horse with a 4-letter name won the 1983 Melbourne Cup? I remember it well. Question 3. Coming from last, what Kiwi horse with a 4-letter name won the 1983 Melbourne Cup? It was an exciting moment, Anna. You'd be far too young to remember.
That was the year I was born. So I may Melbourne Cup November. Oh, yep, I was around then.
Barely.
Just.
Did you have a bet on?
No, I didn't for that one.
Question 4. Which breed of pony originates from a set of Scottish islands? Question 4. Which breed of pony originates from a set of Scottish islands? And there's one of the little darlings there. Looks just my size, Anna.
Yeah. I can just imagine you going for a little ride.
Question 5. Which common breakfast spread did producers use to make Mr. Ed talk? Not sure I approve of this. Question 5. Which common breakfast spread did producers use to make Mr. Ed the TV horse talk? Question 6. Two of the most well-known horse songs ever recorded are Wild Horses and A Horse with No Name. In what year were they both released? A, 1971, B, 1977, or C, 1982? Those well-known horse songs, Wild Horses and A Horse with No Name, in what year were they both released? Question is multi-choice, so 1971, 1977, or 1982. Best out of 3, Anna.
Makes it easy, doesn't it? If you don't know, just pick a number.
I was there, but as they say, if you remember the 70s, you weren't there.
Here you go.
Oh, here we go. One of our dingbat picture puzzles, Anna. So this is a pictogram. So we're going to look at some pictures. We're going to ask, what breed of horse could possibly be depicted by the following dingbat picture puzzle?
So these ones are quite hard. So I think these will just give you a bit of time to have a look at it to figure it out. They're the kind of question, I guess, some people just see it right away and other people really struggle with these ones. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, if you're of a certain vintage, you might recognize the couple in the photo, and it's pointing to the chap in the hat. And the second or the third picture, it's pointing to the chap without the hat. Not that that's got anything to do with it. But I think usually when there's two pictures, it means it's a plural. Isn't that right, Anna?
That's right. You're giving a little clue away there.
Oh, I am. I'll give you
co-host.
my address to send a box of chocolates to the winning team. You can give me a box of chocolates for that little clue.
Right, there should be enough time there. We'll go on to the next one.
I think so. And to question 8, a population of feral horses, the Kaimanawa horses, roam free on the Kaimanawa Range. Where is it? And we've got the map of Aotearoa, New Zealand there, and we've got A, B, or C. So again, a multiple choice. Where are the feral horses, the Kaimanawa horses? Where do they roam free? Where is the Kaimanawa Range? Question 9. The death of the horse Artax, in which 1984 film is commonly referred to as a source of childhood trauma for those who watched it? Is it A, The Princess Bride, B, The Dark Crystal, or C, The Never-Ending Story? So it's multiple choice. The death of the horse Artax, in which 1984 film is commonly referred to as a source of childhood trauma for those who watched it. The answer is there. You just have to pick it.
And I loved this movie growing up.
Are you traumatized by it?
It was a pretty yeah, I guess. I didn't really enjoy watching the scene. Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm traumatized, but it was a sad scene. Yeah.
And of course, this photo is from that film.
Yep.
The prancing horse features on the logo of which car maker? We have it depicted here. The prancing horse. Question 10, the last question in this round, features on the logo of which car maker? I'm just giving them a minute, Anna, to go and look out the window and see if they can see it in the car park.
Okay. Never know. There could be one sitting there at one of the villages.
I would not be surprised.
Absolutely.
There it is. Round one, horses for courses. That was fun, Anna.
That was a good round. Good category. I like it.
So they're finishing up their answers now,
Yep. Well,
and
we'll
we're
crack
getting
on to the
ready.
question, the answers. So,
Answers. We're getting ready to mark our answer sheets.
yep.
So
So swap
Jodhpur's,
papers if you want to swap papers with
yep,
another team,
yep,
or if you're marking your own, just
yep,
get ready.
yep. Hitch up your Jodhpurs, and here we go. These are the answers for round one. Jodhpurs get their name from a city in five-letter country, India. Woo. Congrats to everyone who got that right. What is the offspring of a male donkey and a female horse called? Very cute, I'd say, but the answer is number two, a mule. It is a mule. Coming from last, what Kiwi horse with a four-letter name won the 1983 Melbourne Cup? I remember it well. Question three, the answer is, trick question, answer, Kiwi. Great big heart, that horse. Which breed of pony originates from a set of Scottish islands? And it is, of course, the dear wee fella is from Shetland. It's the Shetland pony from Shetland.
They're
I
gorgeous.
think that Rachel Hunter's hairdo, I think.
Very similar.
Five. Question five, the answer. Which common breakfast spread did producers use to make poor old Mr. Ed talk? It was, of course, peanut butter.
That was a good TV show too, wasn't
I'm giving a demo.
it?
Two of the most well-known horse songs ever recorded, Wild Horses and A Horse with No Name. And what year were they both released? Well, I can tell you now, I got this wrong. Question six. The answer is A, 1971. It was
Rolling
that long ago.
Stones.
Wild, wild horses couldn't drag me away, as the lyrics go. Here we go, another dingbat picture puzzle. We're looking for the breed of the horse, and it was, of course, we know that that's Bonnie and Clyde, so two Clydes, and of course that is Chip and Dale, another famous duo. It is Clydesdale. How
Two
clever is that?
Clydes in the Dale.
How,
Yep.
how clever is that, Anna?
That's pretty clever. Let us know if you got that one right. I'm always fascinated to see how many people get these dingbat word puzzles
Yeah.
correct. So yeah, type in the chat function if you want,
Yep.
and let us know.
Yep, we look forward to it. Those are lovely horses. A population of feral horses in the Kaimanawa Range. Where is the Kaimanawa Range? Is it in the far north? Is it in the middle? Or is it down south? The answer to question eight, it is B. Of course, it's in the middle. Kaimanawa. Number nine, the death of the horse Artax. Was it in Princess Bride, The Dark Crystal, or The Never Ending Story? What movie traumatized Anna Childs?
It was the never ending story.
Never seen it.
Have you not?
I have not.
Brilliant.
Oh, I'm glad. And that prancing horse logo is, of course, the world famous
Ferrari.
Ferrari. Italiano. Fabulous. So, how did you all do? Type us
Yeah.
in. Let us know.
Let
So
us
exciting.
know. New Plymouth got the dingbat word puzzle,
Woohoo!
and so did Papamoa. Hodakawa did.
Great, great work.
Oh, Mount Denby's chat isn't working. Sorry, guys. Hello, Mount Denby.
Hi.
I don't know why your chat isn't working. It should be. Sorry.
Yeah, we still love you.
Yeah. I don't know what you can do, but you can email me later and we can mention your scores next quiz if you want. Mountain View got 9 out of 10. Papamoa got
Oh,
8.
excellent.
We've got Olivia. We got the dingbat word puzzle.
Good one.
Tapo got 8. Bell Block has got a couple teams going. They've got 3 teams. They all got 8.
Ooh. Oh, that's
Um,
good. They would have all known where the Kaimanawa horses were, Taupo and Mountain View.
they absolutely, I'm sure they got that right. Yeah. Bell Block got 9 out of 10. Mount Denby's
Oh,
there now. They've got 9 out of 10. They've figured out their chat.
nice.
That's good. Gosh, we've got lots of good scores here. Cambridge got 7.
Excellent.
Perfect. Who else have we got? Nelson got 9 and 7. They've got 2 teams. Mountain View says
Great.
we love Pinky. Whoop whoop, go Pinky.
Right back at you.
Perfect. Oh look, there's so many people saying. 2 sevens here at Hamilton Village.
Yay.
Wigram have got 3 teams. They got 6, 5, and 4. Well done.
Hey, Wigram.
Brilliant. All right, we've got some really
Oh,
good scores here. Must have
I
been an
tell you what.
easy round, horses or
Yeah, we'll have
horses.
to make it harder next time.
All right, we're going to
Oh, my
punish you because
favorite.
you did so
This is
well.
my this is my favorite round, Anna. Crime and punishment. Two of
All
my
right.
favorite hobbies.
All right, let's crack into it then.
Round two.
Here
Question
you
one.
go.
What famous figure spent years of isolation and loneliness on the island of St. Helena, where he was exiled? What famous figure was exiled in a loneliness on the island of St. Helena, where he was exiled? Looks pretty nice place to be exiled to me.
It does. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it?
Hmm. Question two. Which comedian was arrested for public indecency after doing his, quote, 7 words you can never say on television, end quote. Doing this monologue, where else on television? And it's a multi-choice question. Is it A, Richard Pryor, B, George Carlin, or C, Sam Kinison? Which comedian was arrested for public indecency after doing his 7 words you can never say on television monologue on television?
Not really the smartest move, is it?
Not really. Question 3. Which detective was tasked with solving the murder on the Orient Express? Question 3. Which detective was tasked with solving the murder on the Orient Express? Question 4. What type of dens were made illegal in the US in the 1950s? What type of dens were made illegal in the US in the 1950s? That's question 4. Question 5. Which convicted killer was released from Tongariro prison in May 2025? Which convicted killer was released from Tongariro prison in May 2025? Question 6. In British English, what was the more common published spelling of jail between approximately 1730 and 1960? In British English, what was the more common published spelling of jail? Jail, between approximately 1730, a bit before my time, and 1960. It's a good one for crosswords.
Ah, there you go.
Question 7. Which word often used on misbehaving students comes from the Old French word meaning act of keeping back or withholding? Which word often used on misbehaving students comes from the Old French word meaning act of keeping back or withholding? I remember this word well. Question 8. Julian Assange spent several years in London living at the embassy of which country? Julian Assange spent several years in London living at the embassy of which country beginning with the letter E? Question 9. What might one assume is being stolen according to the title of this 2005 book? The what thief? Question 9. What might one assume is being stolen according to the title of this 2005 book? On special for $4. That's a good bargain.
Yeah, that's a good bargain.
And a #1 international bestseller. Question 10, the final question in this round. I have already featured in the quiz tonight, or this afternoon. Who am I? Here he is, Dallas, prisoner 604S, has already featured in the quiz. Who am I?
That's quite a good question. I like that.
It is, but what a sweet face.
Yeah.
I mean, if that was my grandson, I think he could do no wrong. What a sweetie. I'm sure he was just misunderstood.
Must have been. All right.
That was a fun round, Anna.
It is. We've got good categories. I like the good categories today. I like them every time, but I particularly like them today. Right, swap your papers with your neighbouring teams, and we'll go through the answers and see how you got on with this one.
So, what was that famous person who was exiled on St. Helena? Question #1, the answer is Napoleon. Napoleon Bonaparte. I'll accept Napoleon Bonaparte, or Bonaparte. He was known by all three names.
The last name too. All right.
He looks a bit sad, but... And the comedian arrested for public indecency, was it? Well, I think we can rule out Richard Pryor. Or was it George Carlin or Sam Kinison? Let's have a look. Question #2, the answer is George Carlin. Woo-hoo, 7 words. Wonder what they were. I'm not going to speculate.
We better not.
And of course, question 3, the detective on the murder on the Orient Express, pardon my French, get it, is of course the famous Hercule Poirot. #3. Question #4, what type of dens were made illegal in the US as late as the 1950s? It was, of course, opium dens. Yeah, not a glamorous life, is it? Sitting on a shelf in a little place. Which convicted killer was released from Tongariro prison in May 2025? The answer to question 5 is Mark Lundy. Yes, Mark Lundy. That's my little grandpuppy. He knows the answer. And spot prize question. Ooh, right. This is exciting. What do the winners of this get, Anna?
They get a bottle of Villa Maria wine shipped to their village, which they can enjoy in the following quiz. So for those of you who may not know, what we do here is we've got a random spot prize question here. So I'll read it out and just type in your Q&A function or your chat function at the bottom of your screen, the answer, and the first village or resident or person attending to get it correct gets a bottle of Villa Maria wine shipped their way. So our first spot prize question today is...
Oh, there's a photographer.
What is the golden hour in photography? Is it A, the time during midday where the sun is the strongest? B, the time just after sunrise and just before sunset, or C, the hour before midnight? Oh, and
Mm.
everyone's got in real quick here.
Oh, really?
Ooh,
So
I've
they're
got a winner.
snapping in. Oh,
So the answer is, of course, B. It is the time just after sunrise and just before sunset. And there's a couple of examples of pictures taken in the golden hour there.
it does
And
look golden.
the winner that answered it correctly first was New Plymouth Village. So I will send them out a bottle of wine. Bottle of wine coming your way to enjoy. And
Um,
the
I'll be out
reason,
tomorrow afternoon.
there you go, drive down, Pinky, drive up. The reason why I picked the photography question is because we've just done our second Summerset Creates competition of the year, and it was called Summerset Through the Lens. So it was a photography competition. So all of the entries are in with our judge at the moment being reviewed. So the winners will be announced on the 23rd. So keep an eye out on your Friday Flash and to see if you're the lucky winner or if it's someone from your villages.
Wow, how fabulous. That's a great prize.
Oh,
Now, question 6 in British English. What was the common published spelling of jail? And it was, of course, drum roll, Gaol, jail. That's how it used to be spelt back in the olden days.
there
Back
you
in
go.
my day, Anna. Question 7. This is the word I heard most when I was in high school. The old French word meaning the act of keeping back or withholding was, of course, detention. That's where it comes from. So the answer to 7, detention. Julian Assange spent several years living at the embassy of which country? Question 8. The answer is Ecuador. I'll bet they were sorry they opened the door when he knocked upon it in
Yeah.
Ecuador because he was there for a long time.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, wasn't
Yeah. Question 9. What might one assume is being stolen according to the title of this 2005 book? This is such a clever question. The answer for number 9 is the book thief.
it? That is a clever question.
It is. It's a great book too.
Yeah.
And who is this ne'er-do-well? Question 10, the answer to this mugshot, somebody we've already seen in the quiz today. Who am I? I am Clyde Barrow, Mr. Clydesdale, Clyde Barrow. There he is. Went on a crime spree. Oh, drinks break. That sounds like me.
Got a cup of coffee.
Oh, good for you. So
All
everyone's going to have a
right.
nice break.
What's that?
Get a, everyone's going to have a nice break. Get a handful of bickies.
Yeah, well, we don't normally have too long a break, but it's just sort of
Mm-hmm.
quick sort of break if anyone needs it. Oh, look,
Yep.
people are letting us know how they've got on.
Oh,
A
what's
10 out
the
of
answer?
10 for Mount Denby. Whoop, whoop. Well done, Mount Denby. That's really good. Oh, same with New Plymouth, got 10 out of 10.
Great.
Peter Taupo. Oh, look, it must have been too easy.
No, I
Bell
think
Block
Anna,
got a 10, a 9, and an 8. And I think we've got some very smart residents, not that it was too easy.
I just think it's a misspent youth. I think, crime and punishment is their top subject. That tells you everything you need to know about our Somerset family.
It's funny. Who else have we got? Oh, Hamilton. Oh, they had a bit of internet problems, so they missed a couple of
Oh,
questions there. That's a shame. That's no
that
good.
is a shame.
Nelson got a 10 out of 10 as well and an 8. Well done. Cambridge got 9. Wigram got 8. We've got a smart bunch of residents here. This is brilliant. Good job,
We,
everyone.
we sure have. That's fantastic.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Music now. Let's see how
Oh,
well we all do in music.
the food of love, round 3 of our Summerset quiz. Here we go with question number 1. Helen Reddy sang, I am woman. Hear me. What? Question 1. I am woman. Hear me. It's not vacuum.
Thank you. This is a good song.
It is a good song. It's an anthem.
Absolutely.
Question 2. What Libyan dictator did Beyonce infamously perform for in 2010, earning $2 million? Question 2. What Libyan dictator did Beyonce infamously perform for in 2010, earning $2 million? Is that what I'm getting for doing this quiz, Anna?
Yeah, you wish. You'd be worth every penny though, Pinky. You're absolutely brilliant. You're doing a great job. It's
Couldn't
nice to
agree.
have you.
We'll pass the hat round at the end. Question 3, appropriately, who is this trio of brothers? Question 3, who is this trio of brothers? Well, I'm not sure who they are, but they need braces.
Yes, they do, don't they?
Actually, I do know who they are, and they did get braces.
There you go. I'm trying to think of music groups with 3.
3 brothers,
Yeah.
not many.
I know who it is. I've got it.
Yeah. Question number 4. The early 1990s were known for the advent of which G subgenre of music? And look at that stack of cassettes. I'm sure if you turn around in somebody's little cubby hole, there'll be these cassette tapes. The early 1990s were known for the advent of which G subgenre of music? Question 4. We've got some Metallica in there, some Pearl Jam, Guns N' Roses. We've got the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nirvana. We've got Soundgarden in there. Bad Motor Finger. There's a name. I remember it well. Question 5. Drums, gongs, bells, cymbals, rattles, and tambourines are all in which family of musical instruments? Question 5. Drums, gongs, bells, cymbals, rattles, and tambourines are all in which family of musical instruments? And there's a couple of, they look like conga drums, I think.
Yeah.
Question 6. The nickname given to this performing arts centre in Beijing is the giant what? Is it A, egg, B, date, or C, rugby ball? The nickname given to the Performing Arts Centre in Beijing is the giant egg, the giant date, or the giant rugby ball. Well, I think we can assume it is giant, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's
Quite
amazing.
lovely.
It is. It's gorgeous. And it looks like that photo's been taken during the golden hour, Anna.
It does, actually. Good spotting there, Pinky.
This shows the Beatles with their arms positioned to spell out a word in flag semaphore. It features on the cover of what album? And yes, they are actually spelling out the name. Question 7. This shows the Beatles with their arms positioned to spell out a word in flag semaphore. It features on the cover of what album?
They're all listing the Beatles album names now.
Oh, I'd be surprised if they didn't know this pretty quickly. It's iconic to our generation, Anna.
Yeah, I think.
You're too young to remember.
Oh, I think most people will get this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they will.
Yeah.
Question 8. Let's get some big hair going again. Which is not a Bonnie Tyler hit? A, Time After Time. B, Total Eclipse of the Heart. C, Holding Out for a Hero. Question 8. Which is not a Bonnie Tyler hit? A, Time After Time. B, Total Eclipse of the Heart. Or C, Holding Out for a Hero. Aren't we all?
Again, all very good songs.
Fabulous songs, iconic songs. Good old Bonnie, she always sounded like she'd had too many cigarettes. Question 9. What names a form of singing which involves repeated and rapid changes of pitch? What names a form of singing which involves repeated and rapid changes of pitch? Oh, this looks beautiful. Question 10. Here Is My Heart is a duet by the main characters of which famous 1994 New Zealand film? One of our most famous films. Question 10. Here Is My Heart is a duet by the main characters of which famous 1994 New Zealand film? Come on, all you film buffs. You know the answer. You're racking your brains. I can hear the rattling from here.
All right.
Oh,
Let's see
everybody ready?
how.
Everybody's scribbling down their last best guesses. Round 3, music. How did we go with our answers? Anna, let's crack into it.
Let's have a look. Switch papers now, and we'll go through the answers.
Helen Reddy sang, I am woman, hear me. Everybody together, roar. She was roaring long before Katy Perry. Helen Reddy, number 1. I am woman, hear me roar. She's still roaring.
Yep.
Question 2, the Libyan dictator that Beyonce infamously performed for in 2010, getting a cool 2 mil, was Muammar Gaddafi. Well, where did that get him? So question 2, Gaddafi or Muammar Gaddafi. Question 3, the trio of brothers. The answer, of course, is
The Bee Gees.
Bee Gees.
They were, yeah, I pitched like the Bee Gees.
That was my best falsetto, but you will agree that their teeth are a lot better in that photo.
Yes.
We will also accept the brothers Gibb or the Gibbs brothers, but it is the Bee Gees.
I like how you're just accepting all the answers, Pinky.
Yeah.
She's a good co-host, isn't she, everyone?
People are looking for clarity. They're looking for clarity. Here we go with the cassettes. The early 90s were known for what G sub-genre of music? And the answer for number 4 is, of course, it's a fashion style too, grunge.
Yeah, grunge.
Not exactly my style, but there you go. Bit of grunge. I thought it might have been garage, but it wasn't.
Oh, yeah, could have been. Yeah.
Oh, don't say that. People don't want uncertainty. Question 5, drums, gongs, bells, cymbals, rattles, and tambourines are all part of which family of musical instruments? They are, of course, from the family of percussion. Number 5, percussion. Love me a bit of tambourine. It's the only instrument I can play. Question 6. This giant building, is it the egg, the date, or the rugby ball? In Beijing, it is, of course, A, the giant egg. In New Zealand, being a giant egg means a different thing.
Yes.
Anybody's seen Hunt for the Wilder People will all know, you're an egg, miss. Yeah, but he's a bit of an egg, miss. And here they are. Question number 7. The Beatles are spelling out the word from their album, and it is help.
Nope.
It is help. Good on them, eh?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Legendary. Question 8. Speaking of legends, she was a legend for total eclipse of the heart, for holding out for a hero. But the correct answer to question 8 was A. Time After Time was not a Bonnie Tyler hit. That was, do you know, Anna?
Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah, it's Cyndi Lauper. That's her. Another great head of hair. I think that's our theme today.
The 80s here, yeah.
Oh my goodness, there was a lot of it, wasn't there?
Yeah.
What name's a form of singing which involves repeated and rapid changes of pitch? Well, that's how I usually sing, but not
Me too.
deliberately. Question number 9. The answer is
Yodeling.
yodeling. High on a hill lived a lonely goat herd. And of course, our famous top twins perfected the art of yodeling. Number
Yeah, they
9.
did too.
Here it is, number 10, Bittersweet, Here Is My Heart, the duet by the main characters of which famous 1994 New Zealand film. The film was, of course, Once Were Warriors. There they go. Yep.
All right. Let us
Put the
know how
baby in
you
the
got
pot.
on.
Wow,
Everyone always comments on the baby on the pot.
I know. Well, it's a bit disturbing, Anna.
No, I guess it's a little lobster in the pot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Ann Geddes.
Yeah, well, anyway.
What have we got here?
How are
So
people doing out there?
Papamoa's got 9, Mountain View's got 9, Nelson has 8 and 10, Mount Denbigh's got 9,
Wow.
Taupo's got 9, Bell Block's got 7, 8 and 6.
Wow. Great.
Hamilton's got 6 and a 5. Cambridge has got 7. Gosh, you guys have all done really well again. You guys are really just crushing it today.
Yep, you really are. That is fabulous. You know your music, but do you know
Absolutely.
your lobsters in a pot? Do you know your pot luck?
Let's have a look, Punky. Let's see if they
Yep.
do.
Okay, this is round 4, the final round. We've got 10 questions for 10 points. Who did this? In video games, who do Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde spend their time chasing? In video games, who do Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde spend their time chasing? Wow. That is a good question.
That is a great question, Punky.
I couldn't possibly comment.
No. Now, I wonder how many residents are out there playing video games. I can't imagine too many, but unless you're playing with your grandchildren or great grandchildren.
I think this game, it might have been their children rather than their grandchildren
The
or
children.
great-grandchildren who played this game.
Yeah.
That's the game I'm thinking of. Here we go. In Asian cuisine, what is aloo? Question 2. In Asian cuisine, what is aloo? And it's multiple choice. So we've got A, broad beans, B, eggplants, or C, potatoes. Aloo. Yum. I do like a nice aloo myself.
It's multiple choice. If you're not sure, just pick one.
Yeah, because the answer is there. How many Summer Olympics were cancelled in the 1940s? Question 3. How many Summer Olympics were cancelled in the 1940s? This looks like the Summerset Ultra Marathon group, is it, Anna?
Yeah, it must be. We've got
Breaking that tape.
ultra marathon runners at Papamoa Village, apparently.
Ooh. Well, I hope some of them are on the team. They might know this.
They might do.
Question 4 is a dingbat word puzzle. We love the dingbat word puzzles. What could possibly be depicted by the following dingbat word puzzle? Let's have a look. Might be helpful if you use your pen and paper for this one.
Yeah. If you notice the different colours.
Ooh. Now that's you giving a hint, Anna Childs.
I know.
I think they're smart enough, they'll get it. Here we go, question 5. What is the name shared by a type of potato, a fictional spider, and the wife of George III? What name is shared by a type of potato, a fictional spider, and the wife of George III? Question 5. It's a spud, a spider, and a queen. Question 6. Which type of animal is the title character in the 1995 film Babe? So we're showing that actor there, and he's got something blacked out with a big pixelated circle, oval, on his lap. What type of animal is the title character in the 1995 film Babe? That's question 6. Might be a Shetland pony, Anna.
I don't know. Looks like it might be a bit small.
That's small, you think?
Yeah. A smaller farmyard animal.
Oh, farmyard animal, you say? Another clue.
Potentially. I know. We're being very generous today, aren't we?
Too generous. We'll have to harden up.
Yeah.
Here we go with question 7. Which of these balls is smallest in diameter? And of course, they're not shown as actual size. Is it A, a golf ball, B, a cricket ball, or C, a table tennis ball? Which of these balls is the smallest in diameter? A, golf ball, B, cricket ball, or C, table tennis ball? Question 7.
That's quite a good question too. I like that one.
Yeah. Gets you thinking.
Yeah.
Here we go. Question 8, bit of product placement. According to a study, what superseded Coca-Cola as the best-known brand name in the world in 1996? Question 8, according to a study, what superseded Coca-Cola as the best-known brand name in the world in 1996? It's hard to think of what is more well-known than Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Here we go with question 9. Xanthophobia is the fear of what exactly? Is it A, aliens? Is it B, the colour yellow? Or is it C, my great fear, sugar-free foods? Question 9. Xanthophobia, is it fear of aliens, the colour yellow, or sugar-free foods? Multiple choice. You decide. People are scared of some weird things, though.
It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, a fear is a fear. It's very real.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Question 10, the final question. Who was the only team who went undefeated at the 2010 FIFA World Cup Finals? Question 10, who was the only team who went undefeated at the 2010 FIFA World Cup Finals? And I believe that's a game called soccer, Anna,
Yes.
or football, as they call it now. South Africa was the venue for was the host country for the FIFA World Cup Finals in 2010, who were the only team undefeated. I'll bet they got a real kick out of it as well, Anna.
Oh, I bet you they did.
Oh, I
Well
love me
done,
a
Pinky,
bad
with the
pun.
puns.
I love a bad pun.
Brilliant. All right. So swap your papers with your neighbouring teams and we'll see how you all got on.
Yes, I'm excited to see how they got on with this because potluck's always my least favourite round whenever I'm doing a quiz myself, because there's no kind of hints in it. You just have to give your best answer. So
That's
have a good
true.
general knowledge.
What would be your favourite round if you could pick a
Oh,
category? What would be your
definitely,
go-to?
definitely entertainment. If ever we're playing Trivial Pursuit, I always want the pink questions, the
Yeah.
entertainment questions. They're my favourite. I also love history as well.
Yeah.
And obviously, because I'm 70, why wouldn't I? Because my life is history.
Yeah. There you go.
I've got quite a good chance of knowing the answer.
Yeah.
What about you, Anna? What do you like?
I normally do quite well at food and drink.
Ah,
And I like the random multiple choice ones.
you're a
Yeah.
potluck baby. You must have been put in a pot when you were a baby, like this little baby.
Must have been.
Here we go. Here are the answers. We're ready to mark now for the final round. Question 1 was in video games, who did Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde spend their time chasing? It's probably Clyde Barrow. The answer is Pac-Man. Pac-Man is a very old game, isn't it?
It is. It's a good game though.
Great game. Yes, Pinky. Hi, Pinky. So the answer is Pac-Man. Answer to question 2. In Asian cuisine, what is aloo? Is it broad beans, eggplants, or potatoes? The answer to question 2 is potatoes. Aloo, that well-known Irish dish. It looks more like cauliflower to me, but oh, I see it has potatoes in it. Aloo. Sag aloo. How many Summer Olympics were cancelled in the 1940s? Asked question 3. And the answer is 2. 1940 and 1944 were both cancelled because of World War II. Here we go in our dingbat word puzzle. This was a head scratcher, wasn't it, Anna?
Absolutely.
Let's have a look at it again. So we'd have to get our pens out and we'd have to work out why all these dog breeds, what are those highlighted letters? Question 4, the answer is every dog has its day. And I don't know if you can flick back to the original slide, Anna, but of course the highlighted letters spell out S-U-N for Sunday, M-O-N for Monday, F-R-I for Friday, and S-A-T for Saturday.
There you go.
So
who got that? Let us know if you got that one. That's good.
Yeah, that was harder than the Clydesdale one, I think.
Yeah, I think it was too.
That was a head scratcher because they were all dogs. That got me completely boxed. I know.
Brilliant, Pinky.
I know. No, not really. So the potato, the fictional spider and the wife of George III. Well, as we all know, if we've been paying attention to Bridgerton, it is. Question 5, the answer is
Charlotte. There you go.
It is Queen Charlotte, Charlotte the spider, and of course the Charlotte potato.
Ooh, we've got another spot prize question. So get near your laptop or computer and type in the correct answer. And the first person to do so gets a bottle of Villa Maria wine shipped their way. So this question is, what mammal is capable of true flight? Is it the flying squirrel, the sugar glider, or the bat? What mammal is capable of true flight? Is it A, the flying squirrel, B, sugar glider, or C, the bat? And let's have a look at all my answers here. I have a winner, and it looks as though...
Wow, that was quick.
Everybody's put that in the correct answer, or almost everybody's put in the correct answer there.
Brilliant.
But I'll give you the answer, then I'll let you know who the winner is. The answer is the bat. True flight means the animal actively flaps its wings to generate lift and stay airborne. Bats are the only mammals capable of true flight.
Wow. Isn't that amazing?
It's kind of cool. And the winning team, it was Katie, who is from the Cambridge village. So it was the Cambridge village is the winner. Well done, Cambridge. And we will get a bottle of wine your way. Yep. If you want to ask your residents with you what kind of wine they like, would they like a Pinot Gris, Merlot, Sauv, Chardonnay?
And you can't tick all of those. It's just one bottle.
I don't know which one you guys normally like. So just type in the chat function and let me know and I'll get that coming your way. All right, let's get back into the answers.
To the Batmobile. Question 6, which type of animal is this fellow cradling in his arms in the 1995 film Babe? It is, of course,
pig.
It's a pig. Look at that pig. That'll do, pig. One of those famous movie lines. That'll do, pig. That'll do. And that's Babe, showing the sheep who's boss.
And if you haven't seen the movie, the pig works as a sheepdog. It's quite lovely movie, isn't it?
It is. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
That's question 6, pig. Question 7. Now, this is a head scratcher because Is it the smallest ball? Is it a golf ball, a cricket ball, or a table tennis ball? Well, there were two of those that are very similar in size, I feel. What's the answer to question 7, Anna?
Yeah, it's either a golf or a table tennis, isn't it? I
Mm,
would
yeah,
say.
yeah, I think so.
Table
Ah,
tennis ball.
it is a table tennis ball.
There you go.
38.2 millimeters is the table tennis ball, and the golf ball is 42.7 millimeters in diameter. And the cricket ball, of course, a whopping 72 millimeters. If you've ever had one of those hit you on the head during a game,
You don't want to.
you certainly weren't facing my delivery in primary school. But however, I was better on the bat than the ball, I have to say. So that is the answer to question 7 is C, table tennis ball.
Brilliant.
Oh, this is the one I want to know. Question 8, according to a study, what superseded Coca-Cola is the best known brand name in the world? 1996, were you there? Were you paying attention? Because that's when this happened. The answer
McDonald's.
to question 8 is McDonald's. McDonald's, those shining golden arches. And actually, of course, ironically, you can buy a Coca-Cola in
At
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Yeah.
Win-win for capitalism. Here we go. Question 9. Xanthophobia is the fear of, is it A, aliens, B, the color yellow, or C, sugar-free foods? The answer is the color yellow.
Hmm,
Xanthophobia.
that's
I knew that,
interesting.
I think. Well, I knew that, I think, because xanthan gum, I think, is yellow.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, random facts that stuck in my head and won't get out.
Yeah. Well, you said you weren't good at the potluck rounds.
I know, but there you go, every now and then. Fact sticks. Question 10, the final question. Who was the only team who went undefeated at the 2010 FIFA World Cup finals? And the answer, I wish I had a big drum roll. I'd be drum rolling now.
Can you hear the drum rolls? New Zealand.
Yay. The All Whites, there they are. They don't look especially happy about it.
They don't, do they? They should be a little bit happier to be undefeated, shouldn't they?
I know, you would really think so. But anyway, maybe they just heard that Coca-Cola had been superseded by McDonald's as the best known brand in the world. But
Maybe.
yeah. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, good.
I
Good
enjoyed that.
trivia, that one. Yeah, let us know how you got on in the last round. We'll see how everyone got on.
Lee, we want to
Nelson
know.
got a 9 and a 7. Mountain View and
Oh,
New Plymouth got a 7 out of 10. They got 35 out of 40 overall. Well done.
ooh,
That's
good.
good. Cambridge got a 7 and a 10, and they've got a bottle of Pinot Gris coming their way.
Oh,
Congratulations.
oh,
Tapo got an 8. Mountain View said thank you. They enjoyed the quiz.
good.
Great questions. Thanks from Nelson. Mount Denby got an 8 out of 10. Well done. And they said thank you. We had lots of fun. Great work, Anna and Pinky. Oh, well, thank you, Mount Denby. We love having you guys.
We sure do.
Um, oh, and Mount Denby got 36 out of 40. Gosh, we've got some high scores today. Everyone's done really
It's
well.
cracking, isn't it?
Bell Block Village, who you know, Pinky, we've been there. They said thank you, and they said great host, Pinky. They got an
Oh,
8, a 5, and a 5.
oh, good one.
Yeah, well done.
Big
And
things there.
Tapo got 34 overall, and Wigram got 3, 5, and a 5, and they said thank you. So
Oh,
thanks
fabulous. Hi,
everyone for
Wickram.
joining. And
Thank
one
you.
other quick fact before you all go, our June quiz is going to be run exactly the same with 4 categories, exactly the same sort of setup, but we have a theme to the category. So it's a New Zealand themed trivia in honor of Matariki. So
Oh,
there'll be
wonderful.
different New Zealand themed categories for next month's quiz, but it will be the same level of sort of hardness, easiness of
Yep.
questions, but just a little bit of theme to it. So if you feel like studying up everything New Zealand, you've got a month to do so.
That sounds like fun. And presumably those teams who won the spot prizes will be sitting there sipping their lovely wines while they're answering the questions. And
There you
that will
go.
be, you
They'll be
know what,
loving life.
you know what you've got to bone up on now, all those New Zealand questions. Get
Absolutely.
your knowledge going.
Yeah.
And can I just say something, Anna? Thank you very much for allowing me to be your fill-in host. And for those of you who thought I was making some odd noises during the quiz, I had to stop and briefly pick up this little fellow who was making a lot of noise while I was trying to host. He wanted to be up on my lap. And so this is my grandpuppy, Cole. Yes, nanas are always working. At
Lift them
least
up higher. Oh, hang on. I'll get rid of the PowerPoint and then they'll be able to see your big screen.
there you go. So this is Cole. This is Cole. He's our grandpuppy. He's 14 years old, so he's probably even older than me. There he is.
There he is. Look at his tongue sticking out.
All the way through the earlier part of the quiz, he was grumbling and growling at me, wanting to get up and making all sorts of noises. And then he started giving a little yap, so I thought I'd better pick him up. And he's
I
been
didn't even hear
sleeping on my lap ever since.
it. Brilliant. Thank you, Pinky, for hosting. We loved having you. We might have you again later in the year if you'd like to join us
Hope
again.
so. And
Lovely.
for the rest of you all, I'll see you on Summerset World. Don't forget to tune in and see us on Summerset World. They're all there in the archive, aren't they, Anna?
They are. They're on the website. And also, the latest episode is actually being released this month on, I believe it's the 21st of, let me bring up my calendar. Sorry. Yes, it is a week today, Wednesday. The 21st of May is the Somerset Down the Lane Hamilton episode, and we've met some really fascinating residents, and we get to see all their amazing activities that they've got on at Hamilton. So definitely make sure to come along to the showing at your village.
For
All right.
sure. See you later.
See you later. Thank you, guys. Bye.